Now, I want to bring in a special guest who was at the State of the Union last night. I have with me tonight Grammy-nominated artist, entrepreneur, philanthropist, all-around wonderful man, Fat Joe. Nice to see you.
Hey, Laura, what's up? Thanks for having me on.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm happy you were in town. You were actually there last night as Congresswoman Barragan's guest, right? In part because, Joe, you have been an enormous advocate for a transparent healthcare system. I mean, you even released a PSA with Rick Ross, with Busta Rhymes, others. Listen to what you have to say. I want everyone to see this.
We love our nurses.
And we need our doctors.
But hospitals and insurers
rigging a system to make profits off of people that's in struggle is unforgivable.
We demand prices
and transparency in healthcare.
Power to the patients.
First of all, you got the best beard of everyone we just saw. I'm just saying for a second there. Don't tell them. But you know, you see it. You see it. I see it. But you have been passionate about this. I'm wondering, given that, are you optimistic coming out of the address last night that at least that portion will be met?
Well, I know that's what I was doing there, going for healthcare transparency. Over 100 million Americans are in debt due to hospital prices. And so I was over there and I was mingling with everybody. So, I'm a diehard Democrat, but I snuck in the speaker's gala first because I had to deal with the Republicans. I'm trying to bring this law through bipartisan. Mm-hmm. So I went up in there, snuck in. He saw me. He said, "Fat Joe." He told his wife, "Yo, I got street cred. Fat Joe came to check me." Then they had an incredible spread of food, and in true Democrat fashion, I was the first to eat the food there. And then I talked to everybody about healthcare transparency on the Republican side. Then I went to see Hakeem Jeffries, hung out over there, tore their spread up too, and just hung out with everybody over there and just bringing awareness that America's in a big crisis. A lot of people are losing their homes, losing everything they got due to healthcare prices. And so that's why I was in there.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, you said you met with Republicans and Democrats. I'm happy to hear that because obviously you have been so passionate. You know the only path forward is the bipartisanship on an issue like that. When you spoke to Speaker Johnson, when you talked to Republicans, did you feel more than the fan love? Did your policies, did your proposals, were those resonating?
The Speaker told me he was a health attorney before this and knows all about the issue. And he said he's all in. And so we love this Power to the Patients and myself. We love this bill being presented by Bernie Sanders and Senator Bond, which is a bipartisan bill that forces the hospitals to show us the prices. Now, Joe, what's so important about the prices? Well, if you got to have an MRI, there's a such thing going on right now in the same hospital. They could charge four different prices for 4 different patients in the same hospital at the same time. So now we want to know the prices so that we can do our research, look at 3 hospitals, and it builds competition and it helps the Americans. So I'm just spreading the word, talking to everybody, letting everybody know. They all know I'm a diehard Democrat, but they know, wow. And then I want to shout out to the Rep. Berrigan because she's a congresswoman for 8 years. She had never been to the Speaker's gala. So I convinced her, I said, "Yo, we got to go." And so we started her. She was talking to everybody and we was talking to each other. It was a great event for me. For me, it was amazing. And then I actually bumped into the president.
What did he say to you?
I'm the Forrest Gump of hip hop, man. I'm everywhere I need to be. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I'm walking the hall and here comes the president. He says, "Man, I mean, you want to know what he really told me in the ear? He said, thank you for being loyal." He said, "Thank you for being loyal." And then he hugged Congresswoman and he shook my hand. And that was amazing to me because I had no clue the president was walking right towards me. I had no clue. And that was it. That was amazing. I walked out of there because they locked down the whole Washington D.C. And I walked maybe 15, 20 blocks, so happy, just walking. I met the president. I had the time of my life. I had a great time, The American people were there. I mean, it was amazing.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think you are the only person in the world who could refer to you as Forrest Gump. So I'm gonna let you do it, but I would never do. I'm gonna call you Fat Joe the Diplomat. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on because wow, the ambassador in the hallways. I'm so glad that you came. You brought a big smile to my face. Thank you for the advocacy and what you're talking about for healthcare. Because I'll tell you, I remember a couple of years ago going to the hospital thinking I had like some sort of heart palpitations, and the bill I got caused a heart attack. Okay, I was like, are you joking? Really? Are you kidding me right now with this? So I understand, and for people who have been in various situations, the cost is obscene. So I'm glad to know that you are making some headway, at least in bipartisanship. Real quick though, I know I gotta go. They're telling me I gotta get off with you, but I can't help it. I gotta ask you, with this upcoming election, your enthusiasm, your charisma is something that people don't necessarily have for the upcoming election. How do you get people to be excited about participating in the elections and voting?
I think they are. I think they're just keeping it to themselves. They're trying to act like they're not really motivated, but they're really motivated, and they really know what they got to do. And so on both sides, I feel a big energy. I got Trumpers here in Miami with me. They don't stop. And then I got the Democrats up in New York talking about, yo, Joe, we got to go all the way. And so everybody's really, really excited. And now it's crunch time because before it was the primaries. Now it's one-on-one. Let's go. Let's get the business.
So nice to see you as always. Thank you for coming.
Hey, listen, I want to be a juror on your show. Nobody's ever asked me to be a juror.
Man, done.
I want to be a juror on one of your shows.
I can't wait. Court of Public Opinion with Fat Joe, done. I'll even bring a gavel. Just saying.
All right.
We'll talk soon, okay? Thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye.